Man, and I felt that. I felt hurt. I was hurt, man. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even sleep, man, because they were doing a live show, and it was like 2:30, and then it was like 4 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Normally I sleep, but in this sort of video that I saw, I couldn't sleep. I had to watch the whole thing. You know, I saw the live show of his picture, his face on there, and I was like, oh shit. What's going on with this? So I watched it and I heard that the guy, the leader of the camp was robbing them dudes, man. Defrauding them. And that's why the Most High is going to destroy niggas like that, man. Most High is going to destroy every last one of you grimy niggas out there, man. Okay? That's what's going to happen, man. Alright? All of these other nations out there, you know, yeah, we may say, oh, they're going to go into slavery or they're going to be destroyed, which is true. But guess what? If you ain't right in the truth, you're gonna be destroyed along with these people out here too. Okay? That's the bottom line. But anyway, bro. Yeah, you really got. Any precept you got, just bring it out.
Ephesians 5 verse 29. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh.
Con.
But nourisheth and cherisheth.
And it says nourish. What does it mean to nourish? Meaning to feed. Okay, so, and the brothers was even saying, look, you know, why don't you do shows, man? Because you're not feeding us. You're not feeding us. So the brothers under him had to tell him to do a sit down. You know, a younger brother should never tell you to do a sit down, man. That's like, you know, it's bad, man. That's bad. Okay, read that.
For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourisheth and cherisheth it.
Yeah.
Even as the Lord, the church.
And you know, it proves that the brethren is the same flesh, is because we are the body of Yahweh Shah, man. We are the cells that make up the body of Yahweh Shah. You're going, brother.
For we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones.
And I haven't even read that in ages. I haven't read that scripture in a long time. And that came out of my mouth. So that's like, you know, when you disrespect brothers, man, and you talk down to them, okay? Because I mean, yeah, brothers may go off and you gotta rebuke them, but you don't rebuke them to the point where they broken. You don't do that, man. Okay? Because you already adding bonds to the brother's house. But you don't need to be doing that. Everyone's the brother's already catching this bullshit out, but yet you gonna make his life even worse. Because you feel some kind of way because you just a grimy nigga. Okay, and you want to be a nigga, man. Go on. I'll tell you what, you might have to read that again. That was a good scripture. A very good scripture.
It said, Ephesians 5 verse 29. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourisheth and cherisheth it, even as the Lord, the church.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. The church, we are the church. Okay, we don't gotta go into some stinking rusty church to hear some old languishing pastor talk the word of what he calls God. Nah, man, we are the church. We're the true church, baby. Okay, we're the house of David. We're the house of Jerusalem. So when you come in this house, man, you gotta conduct yourself a certain way. Okay, because we're not like the rest of these people out in the world. Okay, we're men of God, man. We're not just some old regular guys walking about doing what we want to do. Okay, we got a job to do, and our job is to do right in the eyes of the Lord. That's the job we got. Okay, but you can't come in this thing and you bring in your own alternative. You got to be brother because the scriptures commands us to be brother. Okay, and even if the scriptures doesn't even say it, it's common sense. That's why it tells you, love thy neighbors, you love yourself. If you love your neighbors, you love yourself, then there's growth from that. Now you're building. Okay, go on.
For we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones.
And that's what we gotta really consider, is that we are the members of his body. Whose body is this referring to? That Paul was referring to. The body of Yahweh Shah. Okay, that's why it tells you in Matthew 18 again, whosoever offended one of these little ones, it'd have been better that a millstone be about his neck. Okay, and what guys don't understand as well is the men that's in this truth, hey, guess what, man? Those are the same men that Yahweh Shah shed his blood for. See, you ain't thought about that, did you? See, guys ain't thinking about that. All right. So at the end of the day, man, you gotta come right, man. You can't be doing all of that madness. Even certain guys, I'm not gonna put his name out there, but there's a guy that we know that did something like that, man. So a brother that was disabled. You know what I mean? And he's gonna get dealt with too. Oh yeah, the Lord is gonna deal with him in due time. He's going to.
This is Romans 13:10, and it says, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore love is the fulfilling of the law.
Read that one more time, man. That was nice.
It says, love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
Right.
Therefore love is the fulfilling of the law.
And that's the law. Okay? Love is the fulfillment of the law. Because what is the law? Really keeping the commandments. But that goes into it. When you love the brotherhood, that's a part of the commandments. Okay? You won't commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Okay? Even tells you in Leviticus 19 that you should rout your brother. Okay? So when you keep the law, ultimately you're fulfilling that commandment. You're fulfilling that whole entire commandment. That's why Yahweh Shai said, I come to the volume of the whole book, and the whole book is written of me. And also it states in Matthew 5 that he have come not to destroy, okay, one title or one job, but he came to fulfill all. Meaning he came to fulfill the whole book. And he's written through all the whole book.
It says, love worketh no ill. To do harm to a brother.
Right.
Love does not do harm to a brother.
Right. You know, I stand corrected because I read over that. But yeah, you know, love worketh no ill to your brother. Because if you love your brother, you're not going to defraud your brother. You're going to correct them in measure. You're going to correct yourself. Okay, but you don't go robbing brothers, man. You don't do that. That's out of order. And you know what, too? That's even, you know, a guy that does that, man, he's worse than a Satanist. You know why I say that? Because how is it you gonna come amongst men of God? And you know, and another thing too, he knows the scriptures, man. This guy was in the faith for 15 years. Because he didn't come in when we all came in. He came in way before we came in. We talking about probably what, 2002, 2001 he came in. All right. So if anything, he knows the scriptures. So if he knows the scriptures, evidently he knows that we are the men of the Lord. We are the men of Yahweh Shai. So if he knows this and he's defrauding those same men, I mean, what's the consequence of that, man? It's going to be severe. That's why it tells you, I'm roughly paraphrasing the scripture. It says, the man that knew what to do in terms of righteousness, but didn't do it, he shall be beat with many stripes. Okay? Because he could, I mean, like, we can get on guys like Jay-Z, Kanye West, we can say, yeah, they're going to be destroyed. But guess what? A guy that came in the truth and started doing some bullshit, some nigga shit, he's going to get severely judged than Jay-Z. Because Jay-Z didn't know. Yeah, go on, bro.
Exodus 20, verse 15.
And guys like him.
Thou shalt not steal.
Right. So it says, thou shalt not steal. That's, what is it now? I mean, what's the chapter?
Exodus 20, verse 15.
Yeah, and I believe that's one of the that's in the midst of the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not steal. So you're not supposed to steal from your brother, okay? You're supposed to treat your brother as you treat yourself, man. If a brother needs help, okay, you help the brother out, because you know if you need help, you're gonna want help from brothers. But you don't defraud nobody. You don't do it. It's out of order. Okay, you're going.
Exodus 22, verse 1. If a man shall steal an ox or a sheep and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox.
Right. And
4 sheep for a sheep.
Right, and 4 sheep. So, you know, the same, I mean, right about now, we don't own land. You know, we're not sovereign anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because basically we're under this so-called white, but we're in captivity right now. But we're gonna get that sovereignty back. But that still stands. So in other words, what that guy needs to do, he needs to pay back them brothers in terms of their money that he's brought from them. He needs to pay them back double. Okay, but he's not going to do that. You know why? Because he has no integrity and he's a fucking nigga. Go on.
This is Romans 13 and 8, and it says, owe no man anything but to love one another.
You read that again?
owe no man anything but to love one another.
Right. Owe no man anything but to love one another. That's in the law. That was in the law that Yahweh Shai installed, man. That's the new commandment. To love your brother. Okay? That's the whole thing. Am I talking about your blood brother in the world? No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the brothers in the truth. Okay, but even amongst your family, you gotta be right too. Okay, you can't rob your mother or you rob your father. That's fucking out of order. The scriptures say, honor thy father and thy mother. So just because they're not in the truth, that don't mean you act uneven. You gotta be right all along, man, because Yahweh Shai is seeing what you're doing. Go on, bro.
For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
Right, he that loveth one another, the brotherhood, okay, the members of Yahweh Shai, the members of who we call Jesus Christ, that's fulfilling the law. And that's the reason why the so-called white man, he's going to be destroyed like you've never seen before. Why? Because he's broken every fucking law in the Bible, man. Okay, he's broken every motherfucking law in the Bible. Excuse my language. And that's why he's going to get what's coming to him. And I'm not talking about one man, I'm talking about the whole entire nation. The Most High is going to destroy every last one of them. And you Negroes as well. You old wicked Negroes, man. That wanna hang about, wear your hoodies. Like you gonna rob somebody, stick up kids, the Most High is gonna deal with you too. Okay? Go on.
And for this, thou shalt not commit adultery.
And thou shalt not commit adultery. You got a couple of guys that was amongst the brotherhood doing that too. And they got a swift boot up their friggin' house. Okay? One guy climbed up to the building and basically fell and broke his friggin' back, which was good for him. Okay? Broke his friggin' back. He was in GMS, and then he went into Sabat's camp and committed adultery. Now he can't walk anymore. Now he's paralyzed. He's paraplegic now. That's good for his friggin' ass. Go on.
Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness.
And that's what that guy did, man. That's what he did. Because see, when you break a brother down spiritually, you can kill a brother, man. Okay, killing somebody spiritually is worse than killing somebody physically, man. That's worse. That's why Solomon said, give me any plague but the plague of the body. Because I mean, if you can damage somebody psychologically, they're through. They're dead. There's no coming back from that. Okay, and that's why you see these people out here, they're the walking dead. Why? Because the media is fucked their minds over. And they believe that that's real. They believe that if I live accordingly to that, then I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be good. No, you're not going to be good. You're still going to be struggling. You're still going to be catching hell. Okay? And you're still going to be misled. And that's the bottom line. Okay? You got some going on.
Thou shalt not covet, and if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You see how important that is? Even Moses brought that out. Moses said, look, love thy neighbors, you love yourself. So what's mainly important in the eyes of Yahweh is that we all keep that brotherly love and that brother connection. That's what's important. I thought about this, man. I thought about this all day. Even when I went up amongst the brothers, man, I was thinking about that. You know, the brotherhood is very important. You know what I mean? Like if amongst the brotherhood, I mean, if you in the camp or whatever, and you got any form of differences or whatever, you gotta squash them. Because you don't want to have that you don't want to have that what is it, that filth amongst the brotherhood when Yahweh Shai comes back, man. You don't want to have that division. That's what I want to say. You don't want to have that division amongst your own. Okay, your own camp. If you got an issue with a brother in your camp, deal with it, man. Confront it. Don't just let the shit linger on and on. Deal with it, man. Okay, because if you let that shit keep building up, guess what? Someone's gonna find themselves out of the truth. Go on.
Ephesians 4, verse 22. That ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man.
Right, the old man.
Which is corrupt according to the deceit of the lust.
Right, and that's what you gotta do, man, because you got guys in the street. They still got that old man. They didn't let that old man go. That same man that he was 10, 15 years ago, they're the same person in the truth. And that's what he was. He was probably a defrauder, Brian, when he came into the truth, and he still had that mindset. He still had that mindset. He brought that in the truth, and now he got kicked out. Brothers exposing him. Every little thing about him is getting exposed. Okay, how his car got taken because he couldn't pay the rent. All of that. And then some, he had a black Challenger. Black Dodge Challenger was taken away. Okay, and that's the Lord right there getting him. Brothers was even saying, man, he don't even have a proper upheld house. He lives in like a slum house. Okay, so he ain't right, man. Man ain't right, man. Go on.
And be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
Right, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. You're supposed to grow in the truth. You're supposed to always grow. Okay, you never stay stagnant. If you're staying stagnant, then you're gonna stir up yourself like water. When water's stagnant, it will stir. You can't drink that water no more. So you gotta grow in the truth. You gotta grow. How can I become a better being? How can I become a better person? Okay, how could I update myself? You gotta update yourself. You can't be the same man. You gotta grow as high as you can. And that's in the masonry. Okay, if you're a let's say you're in the 8th degree, you can't stay on that same level. They're gonna look to see if you're gonna go higher. Okay, so even the members of Satan know this. All right, so we gotta know it because we're the righteous. So we gotta even know that. We gotta know that we gotta grow even more and more. Okay, that's why it tells you in Matthew 6, be as perfect as your Father's in heaven. Go on.
That you put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. Wherefore putting away lying, speaking every man truth.
And he was a liar too, man. The apostle around them called him lying times. Hey, it tells you a lying tongue is an abomination to the Lord. So you ain't supposed to be lying to brothers, man. Okay?